Shall I go on or? Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody, and a late welcome to Leamington, the new windmill. Blazing sunshine here in Warwickshire as we're getting ready to take on the hosts, our old rivals, who were relegated last season from the Enterprise National League North. It's also the first time in my memory that we've played Leamington without the manager Paul Holleran, a true legend at the club here, no longer with Leamington. Scott Easterflow now is the manager, formerly of RC Warwick, nicknamed the Breaks, of course. And their leading goal scorer of 2 goals is Louis Ray on loan from Birmingham City, under 21. They started the season with a 4-2 defeat away at Real Bedford, and then on Tuesday night drew 1-1 with Anti-Nomads. So, going to be an interesting afternoon for the Poppies, who are without Eddie Panther, who's suspended, and a late injury done in training to Michael Gassy, who was so impressive against Leighton Town on Tuesday. He's not in the side either. So your Kettering Town lineup is on our screen. I'll just go through it. Good afternoon and a late welcome to Leamington, the new windmill. Not that new to us, actually, but it's against our own rivals, Leamington, here in a sun-baked afternoon in Warwickshire. Kettering Town about to come out with the hosts. It's been a little while since we played at Leamington. They got relegated last season from the Enterprise League North. Our record here isn't that good, only 1 win in 9, but Kettering with 4 points from 2 games. And in my time following Kettering Town, this is the first time that Leamington have played against Kettering without manager Paul Holleran in their side. Kettering, of course, this afternoon are going to be without Eddie Panther, who's suspended for that sending off against Alchurch. And shock news was also that Michael Gassy, who was so impressive against Leighton Town on Tuesday, scored a fantastic goal, injured in training. He's not in the side either. The sides are on our website. So I'll just go through Kettering Town side for you. Paul Whiteman 1 in goal. 4 is Jack Newell. 5, Tom Leake. 6, Harvey Peters. 7, Lawson Diar. 10, Sean Jeffers. 11, Theo Alexandrou. 15, Ty Fleming. 16, Ryan Haynes. 17, Ismail Pataggio. 19, making his first start, Kai Fifield. Subs this afternoon are 13, Jay Alexander, and a welcome return to number 2, Blaine Rowe. He's the number 2. 3, Aaron Powell. 8, Bailey Brown. And 12, Mason Jarvis, who is an under-16 graduate who's made it onto the bench, so congratulations to him. Your referee this afternoon is Neil Templey. It's the first time we've had Neil officiating a Kettering side. Also, in the Leamington side, not one Poppy. That's a rarity as well. But they're looking for their first 3 points of the season, having lost the first game 4-2 to Real Bedford and drew on Tuesday night at home against Anstey Nomads. Alongside me this afternoon is media man Doug Brown. Afternoon, Doug. Surviving the heat?
Just about melting around the edges, certainly damp around the edges. Welcome, Paul, and to my right here we have Ollie on the Twitter for you today, so hopefully we'll be able to get coverage from all angles today to cover the heat and the game and the excitement all the way here from Leamington. We had some problems getting here with the HS2 roadworks, but we're all here. Everybody's here. Only one change to the Kettering side. One query online. Just who's Mason Jarvis?
I just mentioned that Mason Jarvis is an Kettering Town under-16 graduate who's made it to the first team. He is being signed on. We'll bring you more information on Mason when he gets his photograph taken. But he's an under-16 from the academy, so well done, Phil Wade and co. for getting him into the squad. Kettering playing in red and black stripes against their opponents, Leamington, who are in yellow and thin pinstripes, black stripes, black shorts. And we're getting ready to kick off here. As I say, ground looks a bit parched, but then where doesn't expect some of the Premier League clubs, etc.
Absolutely. I mean, even walking around their training pitch today, it was green. So it's very rare to see that here. But it's in good nick. It's going to be hard, both on the pitch in terms of physical contact, but the pitch is looking good. That's going to play well. It's a lovely ground here, surrounded on at least two sides by terracing and stand, I should say. We've got a terrace around to our left-hand side, which is open. And then in front of us, we've got the Mick Brady stand, which is looks up to about 50 to 80 people on the far side. Referees getting ready to go. Looks like a Leamington kickoff. And we're off to you, Paul, to cover their first action.
Okay, yes, it's the number 10 over there, which is Carpin, the captain for Leamington, over the ball. Captain kicking from left to right towards the Harbury Lane end. Of course, Ketterin's visits here haven't been too successful in the past. That 4-0 win a few seasons ago. But Leamington have had the sign on Kettering over the years, so it'll be good to put one over. And then, of course, as I said earlier, they're looking for their first 3 points of the season. Almost ready to go here. And referee just checking the sundial, which is working today because it's beaming with... and we are off. It's sent long. There is Leak with the header, sending it towards Jeffers. He can't win that. That was well won by Chris Ray. Now it's with Bellamonte. He loses the ball, though, to Jeffers, who's fouled in the process by Bellamonte. A free kick halfway in the Leamington half on the far side, as all the Leamington fans are moving to the left-hand side, and the Kettering contingent moving to the right. Free kick to Kettering. It is DR, the captain, over the ball. And he'll be looking to put early pressure under Zion Tyler, the goalkeeper. He's in all teal today. And he's left it for Ryan Hayes. So Hayes will take this free kick, which he does towards that back post. There's Peters. It goes over everybody. And out of play harmlessly for a goal kick. 0-0 here, early doors. You're listening to Poppers TV Audio, sponsored by Eldred's Brewery, your local brewers whose beers can be found all over the county and in our clubhouse. Please try and help Marcus survive a living by buying a few pints.
As it does, and your support is appreciated. But wherever you are in the world and you're enjoying the football here, it's a beautiful summer's day as the ball's headed forward and picked up here by Leak, who comes inside. He's going to lose the ball, which he does quite easily. But Newell is there to retrieve that back to White. He clears the ball right up into the air underneath number 5. Furtado trying to get a player. Alexandru trying to play it down. It's all a bit scrappy with Alexandru going down, clutching his head. And that'll be a foul to the Leamington player. But meanwhile, Kettering Town player down, Paul.
Well, that's bad news. Another forward down there. We're limited really on the bench for a forward, i.e. we haven't got one. So Alexandru, though, is just wiping his hand on his beard. And he's up, but he's okay. The Kettering fans in full voice in that Harbury Lane end, the covered end here at Leamington. Nice little ground, a good setup, as it will be a free kick on the far side to the hosts. And just like Friday Harper will be taking this, which he does. He tries to switch it over towards Mullett, but it's headed out, cleared by Fleming to Peters. He spins long for Pataggio. Up goes the flag offside. Good movement, though, from the Poppies. It's fans still getting sighted to which end of the ground they want to go to, of course. Of course, on Saturday, we've got Peterborough Sports at Latimer Park, who've just signed ex-Kettering player Lewis White. So that'll be the 7th Kettering player playing for Graham Drury's side, as that ball has to be replayed. Referee not happy from where it was taken from, brings it back. So
just a quick one again on the chat, just about Michael Agassi, just in terms of why he's not playing today.
Michael Agassi injured in training, so that's why he's not there. And of course, Panther is suspended as Diarth sends Pfeiffer away. Pfeiffer on the right-hand side of the Martini. He's running out. Can he get a crossover? He's down by the byline. Can he get the ball over? He can. He comes in low. And Pataggio puts the ball out of play, trying to wrestle it away from the goalkeeper. He goes out for a goal kick. Yes, Gassi was instrumental in the equaliser, scoring it, in fact, at Leighton on Tuesday. Looked so much better, did Kettering, when he came on.
He was very, very impressive. Excellent down the left-hand side and obviously took his opportunity very well. But today, Jeff is up front as well, so it's a 4-4-2 for Kettering, and Leamington have also lined up in a very similar formation.
Ball sent long, it goes over Haynes, and away goes Bridie Harper on the far side. Ball comes in here. Great shot, the fantastic save from Paul White. One-handed, putting it over the bar. Fantastic strike from distance. And that could have got nestled into the net. But White flying, leaping around like a gazelle, putting it over the bar for the first corner of the afternoon. And shoot on sight, and that's what they did. As I say, the shot was great, the save superb.
It was indeed.
The corner then on the far side, the arms go, a lot of a rounded penalty headed out by Jeffers. That only reaches Walters, robbed by Pataggio. Pataggio now running away. He's got a bit of space, being chased by Walters. Has to play the ball back. He does to Fleming. Fleming squares it to Newell. Newell turns. He's got Peters with him. He uses Peters in the centre of the park. I've got Haynes on his left. He wants to use him. No, he does a little alley shuffle and moves forward. Peters gets it to Pataggio. Pataggio now going forward. Can he try to long range himself? It does. And again now a good save here from Tyler down at his near post. A shot each on target. This is going to be a good game, I think, Doug.
It is. It's already open, very open there. But Ish wasn't, Furtado there wasn't messing around. He just got to the about 18 yards out, decided to unleash a right foot, which he did. Which is well saved in a dust storm there by Tyler, but it's a very open game, Paul.
It is a back pass there that a bit harder. Might have been an own goal, but it is a way for the breaks on the far side. And then intercepted this time by Alexander. He gives the ball away, though, to Finn. And headed out by Harvey Peters. The throw been taken quickly towards Chris Ray. We've seen him a few times at a few clubs. He goes down. Referee says no foul. And now he does say, no, it's a throw into Kettering.
No, it's a handball. He's given a handball against him.
Just so the conspiracy theorists are listening in here, I can say that Liam McDonald is in the ground. I have spoken to him. He is not managing the side from the stands. He's here to watch the game. Had a good chat with Liam. He's okay. And more about that probably in a little while. But it is free kick then to Paul White, who sends it along. Goes over everybody and out of play on the far side for a break. Sorry, 0-0 here.
0-0.
7 minutes of this game. Well, thankfully, it's 10 degrees cooler than yesterday.
Well, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, it feels like it, although it is pretty still pretty hot out there. And just keeping you up to date with all the goals around the place. So Worcester 1-0 up away at Leighton Town is the latest score in the league.
Lee puts it into orbit and towards Jeffers, but he doesn't win that one. Fleming, a little battle there with Walters, and the ball is back with Paul White as the Leamington fans want a free kick. They're not going to get one. Back with White, that comes out of his penalty area on this left-hand side. White in all blue, wearing his Sparrow Construction shirt, sends it long. It's headed out of play by Bridie Harper. And that will be a Kettering Town throw-in. Taken to Haynes. Haynes has to play the ball back. It's with Harvey Peters in Kettering's half. He squares it to Leek. Leek going into the centre circle, going forward for Kettering. Sends it out wide, but intercepted. It doesn't reach DR. It does reach Bridie Harper. He's then knocked off the ball. Kettering get it back to Peters. And he takes his time before finding Newell, Jack Newell. Squares it to Leek. Leek out to Fleming. Back to Leek. Leek, bit of space for him to work if he wants to run with the ball. He's taking it slowly. A lot of movement now for him. He sends it in to Jeffers. A little touch there for Pataggio. Pataggio now coming forward in penalty area. He goes round one, goes round two, gets the ball over. Little touch there. Off the line by the number 2, Bridie Harper. As Diarth was running in to tap it in. Good work from Pataggio and Jeffers. And a corner to Kettering. 0-0.
It was indeed lovely to play there. Again, Ish Qatada looking a more dangerous player there, cut into the 18-yard box there, and then be able to cut back the ball. It went straight across the 6-yard box. Tyler, no chance at all, and cleared literally off the line by Frida Harper there. So it's all the play for is Kettering have a corner away to our right-hand side in front of the travelling away Poppy supporters at the Charlie Fogarty MBE stand.
Corner comes in, it's headed out there. The chance if the league put the ball in, scrambled and kicked away only towards Diarth. He gets the ball back to Fleming. Fleming puts the ball in. It's high. The keeper comes out, catches under pressure. Does well, does Tyler. And the pressure is off. He bowls the ball out. It's a good ball as well. And he finds Finn. Up goes the flag. No, it does now after Paul White comes out. That was offside. And Chris Ray turns back desolately there as he thinks he wasn't offside. Free kick to the Poppins. Into the 10th minute here. Kettering with the better of the game so far.
Yeah.
Long way to go here, though, at the new Windmill.
It was pretty bad play there from Belmonte because you could see right across the line. It was a 2-on-2 there. He didn't need to go that early. And if the ball was good enough, he'd have been straight on to Paul White, who's had little to do in the first half apart from that fantastic save from that diagonal shot from Freddie Harper earlier. But it's back with Paul White. And to start again.
White then just switches the ball over to Leek on this right-hand side. Leek sends it long for Fleming to chase. He can't get it. It's headed out of play for a Kettering Town throw-in. Halfway in the breaks half on this right-hand side. He leaves it for Fleming. Back to Newell from the throw-in. Newell into Diarth, captain. He loses the ball. Turns and losing. There's a chance here for Ray. Ray stumbles at a bit of a melee, but a shirt pull there on the player, but Kettering foul in the end, and Flynn goes down. Free kick in the centre. And the Leamington fans not happy with some of the tugging and shoving by the Kettering players. 50-50 really, but that was a foul. It's in a decent position for the home side in the centre of the Kettering half, halfway, I'd say, in that half. Over the ball is Pallet. Rajdeep Pallet, number 20. He's over the ball. The whistle goes, he puts it in towards the number 17. It goes over everybody, but 17 gets it, comes down here, comes in. Cleared off the line. That was Louis Ray, who scored both goals, or 2 goals for Leamington so far on loan from Birmingham City under-21s. Looks a bit of a threat. Kettering get away with it, but do give a throw-in away on this left-hand side. This is my first view there of Louis Ray. 2 goals in 2 games, the youngster. And it is Cockerill Mollett to take this throw-in to said Ray. Mollett gets the ball back, but put out of play by Fifield. Another throw-in down by the corner flag on this left-hand side, obscured slightly by a stanchion. But he's put in, headed out by Diarth. It's back into Mullet. And it is with the number 12 here. Walters puts the ball over. Leek underneath it. Has to head the ball out. It's not cleared yet. Still back with Walters by the corner flag. Puts the ball in. And a good header there. It's necked at Carl Finn. He came in by the penalty spot. Heads it over the bar, but a decent chance.
They've been quite dangerous there in the last passage of play. Lovely challenge there in the 6-yard by Louis Ray. He got a shot in, but it was kicked off the line, and then their captain Finn got a header unchallenged. Really, the 6-yard box there should have scored, but meanwhile, players back on there, Kettering under a bit of pressure. Well headed for by Diaz. Byfield trying to get there, but Belmont picks the ball up in the middle. Finn plays it forward. Belmont again, a back heel to Louis, another back heel. Oh, that goes down, that's soft. But that will go out for a goal kick. Lovely little interplay there from Leamington. They did really well inside and out there, and they're beginning to pick up passage of play. They're beginning quite dangerous.
Plenty of scores for you. Bradbury 1, Real Bedford 0, Leighton 0, Worcester 1 still, and Stamford 0, Racing Club Warwick 1. So Real Bedford being pegged back a little bit. Only 13 minutes gone there, though, as is here probably. Yes. But this Louis Ray looks a bit of a handful. and causing a bit of danger in that Kettering penalty area. But it is Paul White with the ball. New rules with goalkeepers and their kicks. I'll read that before half-time. Is a long statement.
Oh, okay. Look forward to that one.
No, you won't. Much balling pattern.
Oh, come on.
More pedantic stuff from the FA. The ball is out there with Peters. Peters takes a little touch, walks forward a couple of paces, squares it over to Leek over the bobbles. And Leek not doing too much, doing similar to what Peters did, and plays it back to Paul White, who's come out of his out the penalty area, plays it back to Leek. So Leek still not sure what to do. He plays it back to Peters where it was a few moments ago as Ray tried to close him down. It's back with Leek. Not a lot of movement for Kettering. It's now out with Fleming, back to Leek. He's now changing tactics, sends it long for Ryan Hayes. Hayes chests it down and then gets onto his knee, does well on the byline, kicks the ball through to Fataggio. Fataggio coming forward into Fifield. Fifield back to Newell. Newell back to Fifield. Fifield then knocked off the ball. A foul. That's a good work there from Fifield. It's just outside the penalty area. This is a good position, Doug, and it might put Tyler under pressure.
It is indeed. Ty Fifield did well. Quick feet there, directly in front of the D. Lovely play. We just taken out there before he could get his shot away. But some good, patient approach play there. Lovely ball across out to the far side there for Haynes to be able to pick up, and then passed inside to Newell. Newell to Furtado. Furtado to Fifield. But this is a great opportunity. I think it's probably about 23 yards out. There's 4 Poppy's players just over the top of the ball. So it could be quite interesting who's going to take this ball. It's very central. And there's 5 in the wall as we just approach for the referee's whistle.
Yeah, as Doug said, there's 3 around the ball. Haynes has taken most of them in the game so far. Fifield is there as well. Looks like Fifield might try a shot. There's Diarth though. Diarth comes in, leaves it for Fifield. Fifield puts the ball over, cannons off the wall, and Fifield has to go and address the ball to get it back. And it's knocked off the ball. And there's a breakaway on now for Leamington through Kyle Finn, but well won back by Newell, and then gets a throw-in out of it. So not much on that free kick. Ball did its job, and still 0-0 here on 17 minutes we're into. Fifield wiping his face, having gone down in the dirt track. Of course, all these grounds look a bit like the Gobi Desert these days with the drought. We had rain in Kettering for 20 seconds this morning. I think it almost evaporated before it hit the ground.
I think
so. Lasted must have 20 seconds. I missed it. But away comes Leek. Leek in the centre circle. Plays it out wide to Diarth. Diarth to Fifield. Fifield got an overlap he wants to use him. Fifield got to come inside though. He does. Puts it through to Jeffers. Jeffers not alert enough, but he's putting a bit of pressure on the number 4 there, Kelly. And it is a Leamington throw-in blocked by Fifield. Thrown for Leamington. And 0-0.
I think Kettering's approach play has been fairly lacklustre. I think every time they increase the pace, get the ball in early, especially Furtado, it does reap dividends for us. But we're slightly slow, I think, in terms of the build-up. But nevertheless, still in the game. It's very competitive, and let's see how it unfolds.
The ball is blasted out wide with to Finn, who has been involved in quite a lot of the play by Leamington. He's been hassled down by Haynes, who fouls him in his own half. Free kick on the far side. Kettering, of course, still without Cloyle Van Leer. Now Gassi joins the injured list. Blaine Rowe back on the subs bench. Free kick on the far side yet to be taken. The referee having a quick word with the captains.
I don't know why we'd need to do that, really.
Not sure.
Chat with Tiaf, isn't he? I don't know what's going on. Let's get some help here. Just for the on the chat there, we've got Chris Civil is saying it should be Real Bedford. Paul, in terms of our description of them.
Fake Bedford.
Yes, not real or real, but certainly fake.
Well, they're losing 1-0, or they were when last time I looked. So
Yes,
fake,
they were.
real, or real Bedford. There we have it.
Yeah.
On the far side to Taggio, trying to get Jeffers away, but it's back to the 17, Louis Ray. He finds Palit. There is Haynes. Haynes wears it to Diarf. A little nice flick to Fleming. Fleming now on this right-hand side, got space to run down. He's got Fifield with him. He wants to use him. He does use Fifield. Fifield can use Fleming. He doesn't. Going to put the ball over. Can he get the ball over? He can. It's high. It's hit with ferocious pace. And it goes out for a throw on the far side. Needed to be a deft chip, really, than an outrageous swipe of the ball.
Yes, indeed. But good play, a good pacey attack there down the right hand side where they've had both of their opportunities have come from there. So there's some good chances. The referee's actually counting down as per the new rules.
Yes, we've got a few new rules that are going on. Bridgie and Greedy, I hope they're up to date with those. I'm sure they are. As is Paul White with his goalkeeping as the ball comes away to Ray. Ray. There's a foul off the ball, though, on the number 17, Louis Ray himself. Referee brings the game back. It's on the far side in the Leamington half, about 10 yards or so from the centre line. A little bit quiet, but free kick about to be taken, which it is. It comes out wide here. It's kept in play just. No, it's wrong. It's out of play. Old Cockerel Mullet couldn't keep it in. That's a name, and a Cockerel Mullet.
It's indeed
Sort of hairdressing foul.
Well, it's all back in vogue apparently. So he's
got a chance
on
to
trend
again. But there's the number 4, Nat Kelly. Puts the ball high towards Newell. He gets ahead towards it. Pataggio won't win that one. It's hooked away, only towards Peters. Peters in the centre still gets to the Jeffers. It isn't alert enough. And away come the breaks with number 12, Dexter Walters. It's sent long by Mullet towards Belmonte. Very fruitful pass from him, but he's offside. And the man with the flag says no to Del Monte.
He does indeed. Can I just mention that Real Bedford have just equalised against Banbury, and also Stourbridge are 1-0 up against our opponents next Saturday, Peterborough Sports and Racing Club.
It's Ketford, isn't it? We've got 7 ex-Ketford players. With the Stamford, it's a kind of a Ketford.
Ketford. So let's just call them Ketford from now on.
Sports. So the ball is out there towards Jeffers. He can't get there, though. It's pummeled away by the brakes. That's going to go out of play, I would think. No, Peters keeps it in to Haynes. Haynes back to Peters, but in doing so, he puts the ball out, which Ray steals a few yards, gets the ball on the far side to Finn. And he puts the ball in. A chance here for Louis Ray, but he mistimed that one. It goes out now towards Fifer. It goes over him. Mullet will leave this one go out. He does. And it'll be a throw-in. 23 minutes we're into here at the new windmill. A glorious summer's afternoon, which we've been saying that for about 3 months. The ball is put forward, well won by Leek to Newell. He finds Peters. Ray would have been away if Newell hadn't have won that header. Leek plays it out wide to Fleming. Long ball. It's nobody. There's our friend Mullet. And he gets the ball through to Walters, but robbed by Fifield. Fifield into Pataggio. Pataggio trying to send Jeffers through, but it's blocked. It finds its way to Diarf. Diarf. Little interesting chip, but nobody there. Out comes Tyler. And no damage. 0-0 here. Listen to Poppy's TV audio, sponsored by Eldred's Brewery. And I wouldn't mind one of those at the moment. But unluckily, can't sample one, but it's back with the keeper, Tyler. And luckily, we're under shade as well, under the stand here. The far side's all out in the open, getting baked by the sun. And with Alexandra on that far side, intercepts, tries to get the Jeffers through. Jeffers now is through, tries a snapshot, it's blocked. and it's cleared another block. Can Newell get there? He can. Newell gets it through to Diarth, back to Newell. He puts the ball in, but it's cleared easily. And Diarth has to run back, but he leaves it for Leek just over the halfway line. Leek switches it to Peters on the far side. Harvey Peters, been quite instrumental in the game so far. We've seen him, done well since his transfer last season. 11th game for the club as it goes, as Leek puts it through to Jefferson. There's a little touch for Jefferson. Want to find Fataggio. Fataggio's through here. Can he put the ball in? It's a poor shot, though, from Fataggio. If he'd have hit that with any power, that was 1-0. He scuffed the ball, and Tyler went down, thanking all the gods that it wasn't hit with power. And the real first definite chance of Kettering isn't taken. Still 0-0.
Well, it should have been though, Paul, shouldn't it? He was absolutely on the penalty spot on his own. The goal was gaping there, but Tyler stood his ground, to be fair, and made a good save down to his left-hand side. But he could have easily gone down for a penalty earlier, but he survived that challenge, and we're back underway with Leamington on the attack, and Jack Newell just taking out the number 5. They've taken it quickly, but that is poor, and it'll go straight out for a goal kick. But Leamington have been great on the counter-attack. They've had some good opportunities. This is not a one-sided game by any stretch of the imagination. So, but Kettering have got to convert in the last third. They didn't do it on Tuesday, and they are going to be punished if they don't do it here, I can tell you. But nevertheless, we are back underway.
Yeah, can't cry with spilt milk. We haven't got a Panther. We're not got a Gassy in there at the moment, but it is Fifield that gets the ball to Diarth. Diarth going forward, not a lot on for him at the moment. Has him go into the centre of the park. He does. Gets it out to Fataggio. He falls over, and Diarth gets the ball back. Well won. Then he's knocked off the ball, and a throw in on the far side, right in front of the Kettering bench. And as I say, Greeny and Bridgie have spoken to Liam today. Liam's been in the ground. I did speak to him at length in the clubhouse earlier. So there's no conspiracies about he's managing from the sides before anybody starts thinking things. Good to talk to him. He seems okay. And yeah, it was good to see Liam chipper and looking forward to the game. He might be there against Peterborough on Saturday, all being well. If the ball is back with Haynes on that far side, Haynes can get the ball over. He can't. It's blocked. That will be a throw-in again to the Poppies. 27 minutes of this first half gone. 0-0. Kettering with the better chances. Although Paul White has made a stunning save in that first half from a long-range effort. That would have been a sensational goal had that gone in. But thankfully it didn't. Be a long throw-in as Fleming goes forward, headed on by Peters. It's cleared before anybody could touch it in. It's back with Fleming, who heads it back into Peters. A little flick on there. Alexandra can't get there. It goes over. It's deflected for a corner. Kettering exerting pressure on the brakes.
Yeah, 2 good long balls there. One from the long throw-in and another looping header there from Fleming back into the middle, which Haynes managed to get his head to both times, just creating a bit of chaos in the Leamington 6-yard box. But we've now got a corner on the far side there in front of the burgers, chips and hot dog stand. Away to our left-hand side, which...
it's a stand, is it? I thought it was an actual...
Well, it's got a veranda. It's got a veranda, Paul. I think we'll get it as far as that. But we'll see.
It's a retail facility.
It is a retail facility.
Corner comes in low, headed out easily, and cleared by Leamington back to Alexandra, but cut out by Friday Harper for another Kettering Town throw-in on the far side by Doug's favourite burger bar over there.
Yeah, other burgers are available, obviously, by choice, but not from here. No, definitely not from here. Captive audience they do have. As we, I
did ask the question, what were they like? Someone did say to me they're hot.
Okay, well that's a start. That's got to be a start. Not always.
Throw in then comes in again, a long one. Will it reach Peters? Peters back header. Fataggio and Alexandra underneath it, goes high. Leek tries to get a shot in. It is a shot, but it goes over the bar from an acute angle, and it remains 0-0 as the Kettering fans. It's quite boisterous in that Harbury Lane end. Opposite, we've got the North Bank. Nothing like the Arsenal North Bank, of course, of old.
Oh. Just a quick one on the chat there. Thanks for Rich and Aaron, Andrew, Crisp, Calpis Kid, Graham James, Marcus B, Michael Hunter, Warwick Murney. Thanks very much for all your comments. Very much appreciated.
Catch him with winning that header towards Jeffers, being held back, being cuddled by, and then sliced out of play for a Kettering throw-in. The Alfchurch, since our defeat, have beaten Needham Market 2-0 at the moment. Bromsgrove Sporting, one up against Anstey Nomads. And the rest is as. Well, Stratford Town 0, Bury Town 1 is the latest score as well. Fleming gets the ball to DR. DR back to Peters. Peters back to DR. He turns in the centre circle. Right-footed, tries to find Pfeiffer. He does. He just keeps it in. Headed out by Friday. Back to Newell. Back to Leake. And then it is back to White as Dexter Walters was going to try and chase him down. White ran out of his area. Sends it towards Jeffers. Jeffers can't win the header. Fleming did. It's clear that it was almost a ricochet into the own net. Friday Harper has to react quickly. Goes over Alexandru. It is with Haynes. Haynes finds DR. Back to Haynes. Back to Alexandru on that byline. On the far side. Comes inside. Tries the shot. The ball at back post there. It's headed out for a corner. Being given as a goal kick. The Kettering fans not happy with that. And Fleming looking at the assistant down here. The referee deems it a goal kick.
That's I'm not sure it was, but nevertheless, we go with what we want at the moment. So it's a goal kick. A suggestion online of calling it Bayern Rushden, as if we're going to have fake Bedford, we might as well have Bayern or Bayern Rushden, just as that, as well as Unreal Bedford. Keep your nicknames coming in. I think we're all enjoying them here in deepest Warwickshire. As the
the goalkeeper's done an injury there. It looks like he may have done a hamstring. He goes straight down, clutching his top of his thigh. Referee has to stop play from that goal kick. Doesn't look good for him. He went straight down, and on the 35th minute, clutched his hamstring straight away.
Yeah, certainly was. Went straight down there like a sack of spuds, and he's a big lad. He's a big lad as the other players go out to their it looked like they were trying to go to their respective benches, but referee has had a look at him.
It's nice to hear the Kettering fans. They're giving all sorts of sympathy, isn't it?
Oh, they are.
Understanding about what's going on there.
I think a lot of people don't realise that they're actually medically trained.
Exactly, they're doing a very good job there, and some of the actions from the hands, etc., say what they should be doing. To his leg, very impressive. I'm impressed by the actual technical language they're using there, some of which I don't quite understand, but I'm sure to a trained ear, it's very, very relevant. It probably saved some goalkeepers' careers, I would say, in the past. I'm surprised St John's Ambulance haven't gone down to recruit them.
Well, that's a whole.
We are. Just give both teams a chance for a break to take on fluids. We've got 3 over here with us, though. We've got Fifield, Fleming and Leake. They're having a bit of a chat between them. Referee's going over now to see what's going on with said keeper, Tyler.
What's happened to the new rule? If the keeper... Well, he's all right. He's up on his feet, I suppose. If he's... I think if he has to go off, they have to send the captain off, I think, but just for a little while. Not send him off, but he has to walk for a while. So referee's going to pick the ball up here for a drop.
It might make it interesting with this new rule if that keeper is injured about taking goal kicks.
Yes.
Hope they've read it properly. I'll go through it if it happens.
Yeah.
But referee has the ball in his hand now. It should be a Kettering Town throw-in because it was...
Well, that's what Paul White's indicating, but I think he's going to give it as a drop ball. To be fair, it was in play, so I think it was drop ball. But the players have now had a little bit of a hydration break. But it should be a Kettering ball as we enter 33 minutes now, Paul.
Yeah, 33 minutes with a bit of time added on for this. The referee Neil Templey as the ball is giving it to Leake. And Leake arm up sends it long towards Jeffers. Jeffers hasn't won that one. It's cleared back to Peters, who gets a rather clumsy foot to it, but does enough. Diart finds Newell. Newell out wide to Petagio. He's beaten to it by Friday Harper. It's a throw in to Ketrin on that far side. The cloud of cover comes over a little bit now, which is quite nice. Keeps off that belting sun that's been ever present for the last 40-odd days, I think.
Yeah, certainly feels like it.
Sure, Jude in Australia's got no sympathy for that, because they get that all the time, don't they? As the throw-in comes in towards Peter, gets a backhead onto a little flick, they had it on, and kicked away from the keeper rather luckily for the host, who then just cleared the ball towards Ray. He chests it down, does well, gets the ball square, and it's flicked through, but only towards Leake, and then Peters. And then Diart gets the ball back to Paul White, who's standing straight like a stately home. And yes. He gets doing a Tiswas here to watch out, but he sends it long towards Fifield. He's beaten to it. That's a foul by Fifield, backing into Mullet. And it will be a free kick.
Leamington have been quite quiet, Paul, over the last 5 or 10 minutes. Have not really penetrated Ketrin's back four at all.
The Poppers have had a lot of possession, haven't they? It's just the final touch again. I mean, we haven't got a Panther, we've not got Gassi in there at the moment, who the goal scorers this season so far, and certainly missing someone like Panther isn't what we need, but gives the others a chance to stake their claim as Diart gets a header in. Friday Harper loses the ball though to Alexandro. He's away now. He's got Friday Harper after him, comes back, tries to play the ball through to Petagio, gets it back to Newell. Of course, he scored a spectacular goal, did Alexandro at Leighton, but it was disallowed for offside. Then Haynes loses the ball. It puts it through here to Ray. Ray turns. He's facing goal now. Streams of Leamington players going forward. It's put out wide here. Good ball to Walters. Walters coming in the penalty area. Can he get the ball in? He can towards that back post. There is Peters denying Ray, and then cleared by Alexandro to Petagio. Petagio being nestled by Wilson on that far side. And Ketrin lose the ball. Then regain it to Peters, to Haynes. Sends it long, but on this right-hand side with Cockrell Mollett finding Walters. It's down to Leake. Leake clears it. Headed back in again to the number 12. It's a ricochet to Ray. Here's a chance for the breakaway as Walters has given it the other way. And the fans in front of us can't believe it, but
a little bit of the black arts there, I think, from Diaf. He did well there just to muscle Walters off the ball there, but he was almost through, to be fair.
He was, wasn't he? And he did a good job. He got something on him. The referee deemed it to be a foul on him. So Paul White taking this free kick. 37 minutes are into it. It's a long ball towards Jeffers. Friday Harper winning that one. Gets it through to Flynn. It's back towards Petagio. He can't win that ball. Newell does get a touch in. It's very... no one can control the ball at the moment as it's back out now on this right-hand side with Fifield. Fifield out wide. He's got Belmonte with him. And Belmonte is fouled by Fifield. This time Mr. Ketrin fans not in agreeing with the referee's decision. But the man for Belmonte, he knows best.
He does.
And it's a slice of the action from him.
It's interesting when Ketrin get a chance to break and Leamington aren't in their sort of back four, two ranks of four formation, you can see that Jeffers may be able to get a chance to get behind the two centre halves. But at the moment, the way it is, they're just being blocked out at every opportunity.
The goal kick was taken rather poorly, went out for a throw in, and Jeffers trying to get the ball, but it's been put out of play for a Ketrin Town throw-in right down by the corner flag. I think it's the Ketrin Town throw-in, is it? Can't see. No, it's not.
No, I think it's Leamington right in the corner.
To the throw-in down by the corner flag. Our view is obscured down there a little bit. Headed on by Belmonte, but only through to Diart. He can't win that ball. It's through to Walters. Walters does well. Tries to get Ray away. Blocked. But Leamington get the ball back. with Walters. He tried to get through again, but good work from Peters. Finds Newell. Out to Fleming on the halfway line. He puts it out wide to Alexandra. He beats his man rather easy, goes forward. Alexandra now. Can he do anything with this? Might try a shot himself. He goes for it, but he's blocked again. It's out on the far side to GR. He's weaving his magic back to Alexandra. Alexandra to
that was a late
Haynes,
tackle.
a
That was a late tackle there. That'll be a booking.
Friday Harper. And tries off on Diarth, who goes down. Kettering fans rather optimistically shouting off.
He just,
as I say, no bookings. There is, sorry.
There is. I thought that would need to be honest.
The first one for Friday Harper of the afternoon. Free kick then on that far side. Haynes and Diarth, who gets up from the late tackle. So far, the set pieces haven't amounted to much this time. We will see what will happen. In comes Haynes, puts the ball in. Haynes, Peters heads the ball in. Great header from Peter, just wide of the post. I thought he was going to register his first goal. Got up well. Keeper at full stretch. Just goes wide of the post. Still 0-0. 40 minutes gone.
You would have thought Leamington would be already onto that tactic. That's got to be the fourth time at least that the ball's gone straight in for Haynes to have a header there. But they are not. And the Lazarus-like keeper of Tyler is back up on and running, taking the goal kicks. Headed forward. And Haynes underneath that. Headed forward again. Leak it's a bit of head tennis. Lovely head on to Fifield. Fifield down the right-hand side. Can he get to pass? He lovely nutmegs the number 4 quite easily there, and Furtado's onto it and forces the ball back into a mistake, and it's a throw into Kettering, well inside Leamington's half, probably just about opposite the 18-yard box there. So maybe another long throw, Paul.
Yeah, that did really well to harass Belmonte, making him putting it out for a throw. It's going to be a long throw in coming in. It will be Fleming to deliver this one. It does. It comes in towards Peters. He's beaten to it this time. Walters is there to clear it. Hooks it away. Only Ray up front. Put out by Diarth. Puts it out for a throw in. And they're getting nearer to half time.
They are indeed. Just a quick update of goals around the league here. So Stourbridge have just gone 2-0 up against Ketborough Sports, and Bury Town are 3-0 up against Stratford. So there's certainly goals going in the league. We're not seeing any here at the moment. Redditch are 1-0 up away at Hitchin, and Alchurch is still 2-0 at home against Needham Town.
Ball back with Peters, who gently places the ball back to Paul White, who's being hounded down by Chris Ray, but he delivers the ball. And Wilson there gets the ball away, but the Tadger intercepts, gets it to Diarth. Diarth back to Haynes. Haynes isn't alert enough, has to chase the ball down from going out, puts it down the line. It's chested towards Alexandra. He flicks it back. Wilson heads it back. Very scrappy at the moment from both sides. And more like hitting the hope football as Haynes hooks it towards Fataggio. There is Wilson and Jeffers with the ball, but it goes out for Leamington throw. Friday Harper going over to take it. 0-0. Leamington, of course, as I say, were relegated last season from the Enterprise National League North and lost away 4-2 at Rail Bedford, Fake Bedford, whatever you want to call them, in that first game of the season, and then drew on Tuesday against New Boys Anstey Nomads, 1-1 here in front of 552. I think there's far more here than that, as Leek is being harassed, had to play the ball back to Paul White, who has to come out rather urgently to dispatch the ball down towards Fleming. He can't win that header. It might go towards Highfield, which it does. He cats it down to Newell, puts the ball through, trying to find Alexander. Alexander is there. Can he get the ball in? Oh, he hits it off balance straight into the chest of the keeper, who's in the right place anywhere else, and that was a goal. 2 decent chances for the Poppies. Haven't been able to make Leamington pay. The ball is back with Fifield. Gets it out for a corner. Should be up, though, by at least a goal, Kettering.
Should have been a lovely pass there from Newell, just picking out Andrew there as he slipped. between the defensive cover there of Leamington, and really, he was slightly off balance, as Paul mentioned, but straight into the rib cage of Kieran Tyler, who stood his ground. As I said, he's a big lad who's hard to miss there between the sticks, but due to Fifield's pressure down the right-hand side, we got another corner. So literally about a minute and a half left of the first half. Let's see what this brings us.
There'll be a bit of time added on as the referee stops proceedings for the moment as he goes over to have a word in the 6-yard box as Newell is in there. Referee having a quick chat with him, and also with Wilson. With Belmonte. Probably wants a fruit salad, I don't know, but it is now going to be taken. This corner comes in. That's headed again by Peters off target at the top of his head and goes away for a goal kick. Peters gets in the right positions. He's just got a crooked bit head at the moment, hasn't he? And it seems to go all over the place.
It does. It's so unfortunate because he gets up very well. He's obviously given the, I don't know what height is he now, Paul? Is he 6'6", 6'7", 6'6", do you think? I mean, he towers above everybody else, and he can jump, unlike some of the other Kettering forwards there. But he's done so well. Will create opportunities, but it's boding well so far as Walters plays it forward down the left-hand side for Jeffers. Jeffers trying to push off Wilson. Jeffers gets there, but he goes down. The referee's going to give a goal kick. He's not having any of that as Jeffers goes clattering into the advertising hoarding. He looks like he's fine. He's up remonstrating with Neil Templey as to whether why he didn't get a free kick for that, but Wilson did well to police him. And as we enter now, what is effectively extra time in the first half, still 0-0 here, and a goal kick away to our right.
Yeah, the ball will go upstream. See how long we've got to play. There's got to be some time. There's an injury to the keeper, but he's delivered it straight through, and he gets Newell trying to find people trying to find Jeffers, but can't. Atajo nicks the ball, puts the ball through to Alexandra. Can he keep it in? He's down by the corner flag. He does it, beats his man easily here. Can he get the ball over? Put the ball in, cleared off the line by the keeper at his near post by his feet. Didn't take a chance of picking it up. Another save from Tyler, who's made 3 very, very important saves this afternoon. Admittedly, the actual strikes weren't world class, but he's still been in the way to deny the Poppies from taking the lead, and it will be a throw as we're into the 47th minute of this game. No indication of time added on, so we'll just keep going. Ball back in again. There's a chance, but it's headed out. Jeffers can't win that one. Peters can't try. Been hooked high into the night sky and the evening sky. Back in again, cleared. This time by Ray. That's another orbiter. And it'll be another throw into the Poppies. It's Fleming going to try and launch one into that penalty area, getting instructions from Greeny. It's in it comes, not particularly that long. It's headed out, and Walters will clear this one. He does. It's a chase. Fataggio needs to win this one. He does. He hooks the ball back in and out for a throw in to the Breakers. Here, 0-0. And so we're getting nearer and nearer to the end of this first half. I find it an interesting afternoon for Ketterings. Haven't had a 0-0 draw. Yes, they have at home against Leamington, but it is with DR at the moment in the centre circle, going forward, being chased down by Walters, having his shirt pulled. He goes down. Referee saw that straight in front of him. That's a booking, really, but nothing given by the referee. Taken quickly to DR. Tries to switch the ball through. Cut out by Ray. He sends it forward for Chris Ray. And he's got Tom Leakin with him. Ray's going to get the ball over. And that was almost a near post goal as Mullet put the ball in towards that back post. Peter gets a back header onto it. Alexander is going to try and get there before Belmonte. He does, but it only goes through to Friday Harper, and he can't control that. Goes out for throw-in, and there goes the half-time whistle, and scores here from the new windmill. It's Leamington 0, Kettering Town 0. 3 minutes of time added on there by the referee. Kettering with the best three chances of the afternoon. But in saying that, Leamington had a fantastic strike, well saved by Paul White, their only real strike on target. And we leave you for this first half at 0-0. Doug and I will be back with you in the second half with live commentary from the new windmill. We leave you at 0-0. Well, welcome back to the new windmill. If you've just joined us, where have you been? It's 0-0 here at the moment. Kettering with the better chances in that first half. Should have probably been 2-0 up, but saves by the keeper denied them. Leamington, though, came into the game. A superb strike that Paul White tipped over the bar from a distance, but it remains 0-0. No changes at half-time for either side. It is as you were. Referee underway, and we are off. Ball back to Peters. Kettering now kicking towards the north bank, and don't have visions of Arsenal. It's just a little walkway behind the goal if you've been here before. Free kick being taken by Newell over to Leake. Leake squares the ball to Peters. Harvey Peters going forward. Peters to Leake again over the halfway line. Gets it out to Fleming. Sends it to a chase cut out by Walters. And then well won by Belmonte, who's going forward down that far side. Belmonte strides. Still got the ball, but loses it. And then cleared by Tom Leake towards Diarth. But that goes out for a throw-in on that far side. The attendance here is 785. And for all the statos among you, that's the largest home attendance Leamington have ever had against Kettering Town Football Club. 785. As the ball back in play there is Peters. Sends it along. There is Wilson getting the ball back to keeper Tyler. Seems to recover from that slight niggle of an injury he had just before midway through the half. It's back with Wilson. Wilson sends it long. It is with Alexandro. He loses the ball to Belmonte. Belmonte got the ball through here to Finn. Tried to shot it. It's the bar. Cracking shot there from Finn from distance. He had Paul White beaten. It cannons off the bar, but goes out for a goal kick. Another chance, or the second chance, first in the second half. The second chance for Leamington. Both have been spectacular, and that would have been a dream start to the second half for the home side. And Scott Eastblow there would have been out of his box celebrating that one, but it isn't to be. As Diarth gets the ball to Jeffers, back to Diarth, who stumbles, loses the ball, regains it, gets it back to Leake. Leake to Paul White. White to Peters. Peters out wide to Haynes. Haynes with a shot of ginger hair going forward to Cotaggio. He puts it back to Newell. Newell swears it to Leake on the far side. Got Fleming with him if he wants to use him, who he does. Plugging that byline on the far side. It's back to Leake. Patient build-up again from Kettering, which has been their play so far all game. Sending it long, but that's going to go out of play. Marshalled by Friday Harper. And welcome back, Doug, with a nice cup of tea for us both.
Absolutely, yes indeed. A nice little grey for you, and a builder's breakfast for me, and something for Ollie as well. So it's all good, but yeah, that was a fantastic opportunity there for Leamington to open the scoring, and same sort of time as they had the opportunity they had in the first half. But they're certainly obviously must have got a bit of a rocket at half time, to say the least. But well played there. A bit of Alexandru's got the ball. He goes back into, avoids one tackle, avoids two, is brought down again by Friede. Harper there, who's already been booked in the first half. The Kettering Town players remonstrating with Mr. Temberley there to remonstrate with him, but he's not having anything. He's
Well, before the actual foul was given, Harper was pulling at his shirt, and the referee let it go.
He did,
as Alexandro won possession and kept going, but then he was sided down, and this time the referee had to give the free kick. The usual two over the ball, Haynes and Diarth. It's a free kick halfway in the Leamington half. Haynes plays the ball out wide to Alexandra. Can he get the ball over in the penalty area? He goes down by the byline. Can he get the ball over? He can, but it's easily cut out by Mullet. And there is Ray. Chris Ray, and they got a Louis Ray. Different spellings though from both. Chris Ray, W-R-E-H, Louis Ray, R-E-A. So as Newell goes forward, as I say, no changes for either side at the moment as Fleming goes down, but gets the ball to Firefield on that far side. Nobody with him. Going to try and beat his man, get the ball over, goes out for a corner, first corner for the Poppers in this second half, into the 5th minute of this game, 50 minutes. Still 0-0. Both sides having chances. Leamington's a little bit more spectacular than Ketterin's. Ketterin's weak shots at close angles.
It's the third. It's always the last third for us is always difficult. It was last Tuesday. I also see, just across from the observations in the first half there, that Liam was providing some advice. I think is probably the best way we could say it, to the Kettering bench, but we're mainly focused on what's happening on the pitch here as the ball's about to come in, Paul.
Haynes with the corner towards Shepherds here. It's headed out there quite easily. Alexandru mopping up at the back of the penalty area. Leaks it. It's a bad flick, not giving Firefield much chance, but he gets a throw-in out of it. And the referee gives it one way, and the linesman now gives it the right way, taking a bit of flack from the home fans, understandably. Referee and linesman not a tune. The ball comes in, headed out by Wilson. That will go out for the second corner from the other side this time. And
that was definitely a Leamington throw. I think we're good at that. All right. The referee, or the referee assistant in front of us here, gave it to Leamington, but it should have been. But nevertheless, it is a Kettering corner, which is resulting on down to our left-hand side in front of the Poppies mass supporters.
Diarth then with the corner towards that back post. There's Peters. It comes off Peters, but top of his head, and Belmonte will get this ball away. He feeds the ball through to Pallett. He's got a lot of space to run out here, being chased down. It's out wide to Chris Ray. He puts the ball in. It's a long ball, and it's been back with Friday Harper, who comes inside. Might try a snapshot here. Harper shoots, and it comes off nobody. That could have ricocheted anyway, deflected in, but we've seen that many times before as Dave Singh staggers by us here at the front. But goal kick, Paul White has to go and retrieve the ball.
He has. That was a fallback shot there, really. I mean, he was running in, blood rushing to his head. He's already had thoughts of streaming away, punching the air at seeing that hit the top corner, but certainly nearly hit the corner flag. So Paul White's ready to take the goal kick. Referee says he's counting him down, using a fairly vociferous counting method there, but nevertheless he does. And it goes to Leak, plays the ball up forward, trying to find Kettering ahead, which he can't, headed forward. Shepherds gets it down to Fifield. Oh, it's not, sorry, it was Fleming, and ball is out for a throw on the far side.
Fleming then gets the ball, and not a lot of movement from it, because Kettering's bench hasn't got any forwards at all. It's all defenders, to be honest, and the goalkeepers, so not a lot that they can do unless they push Brown up front for a bit of height. But at the moment, Kettering can't break this Leamington stout defence. As Fifield on that far side, can he get a ball in? He beats one, he's trying to beat two. He has beaten two. It's a good ball, but it goes over everybody. And there's Haynes to mop up at the back. Haynes, he might use Alexandru on this left-hand side. He does. Alexander comes inside into the penalty area. Then he gets it to Pataggio. Pataggio back to Diarth. Diarth. No end product from Kettering, really. That's the problem. Diarth out to Haynes. Haynes puts the ball in, tries a handball. Nothing given. There was a sound and deflection. The Newell gets a flick on. There's Jeffers here.
Oh.
And he hooks the ball over for a goal kick from close angle. And it remains 0-0. And we're into the 10th minute
now.
So
patient approach play there, Paul, really. I mean, Jeffers should have done better. Sort of launched it over the top of the goal there from 7 yards. He should have done better. But nice, patient play again. Just building up, trying to break down a fairly compact Leamington defence here as they clear the ball out on the left-hand side, headed forward. But that's not going to go anywhere as Heath plays the ball way back to White. White plays it back out to Tom Leake, who pushes it forward, see if he can try and find Jeffers. Jeffers policed by Wilson. It's headed out, but only as far as Alexandru, but he's not going to get it. Flynn gets before then. Friday plays it to Flynn just on the halfway line. Lovely ball inside for Leamington. They're getting a bit of rhythm. Ball goes right out to the far side there to the number 12. He's got Tom Leake to get past. It's an two over picks and a shot, but straight over the bar and a fairly benign end to that attack. Tom Leake did well to not react to those two step overs before the shot was cannoned over Paul White's bar, and we go for another goal kick on the far side here. So 11 minutes in now to the second half. No changes at the moment, and unlike on Tuesday where we had about 2 or 3 balls on the pitch at various different points at Leighton Town, we are just waiting for one to come on, and Paul White's over it. Hopefully this could go long.
Paul White with the goal kick. Incented it towards Alexander. He's beaten to it easily there by Friday Harper. It gets back to Diarth. Diarth to Haynes. Haynes tries to find for to Jeffers. He does. Jeffers then he's knocked off the ball, but does well. Gets it to Alexandra. 1-2 there. Jeffers is away down his left-hand side. Patagio's in the centre. Gets the ball over. Knocked off the ball. Prize a penalty, but it's been given as a corner. Been a bit harsh, I think, if that had been a penalty.
Yeah.
There was contact, but nothing major. Even with my biased eyes.
I think that's true.
But it does give Diarth a chance. But again, set piece wise hasn't really cut the biscuit at the moment. Cut the cloth, should I say? Cut the biscuit.
Cut the biscuit.
Cut the biscuit.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I don't know where I got that one from, but Diarth with the corner puts it in near post. It doesn't get anywhere cleared easily. And it goes to Chris Ray, who then falls over. And we'll get a Kettering thrown out of it. Again, another set piece causing no problems whatsoever for the Leamington defence. And although the Poppies have maintained to have the ball most of the game, controlled it, the final third is a problem at the moment, getting that ball in the net. As it is on the far side now with Leake. Leake sending it along towards Fifield. He's beaten Egypt to the ball. And a chance here for Belmonte, but it's back to Newell. Newell thought about squaring it, but his options were cut out. It's on the far side to Fleming. Little chip over there. Knocked off the ball is Fifield. Nothing given. Out comes Tyler to dive on the ball, recover from his injury. He rolls the ball out, finding Hallett. And there is Louis Rea. Sorry. Good ball to Friday Harper. Harper now puts the ball in. A chance here. Straight into the arms of Paul White. Good work there from Leamington. It was at the near post. Paul White well positioned. And that move snuffed out as Leamington regained the ball again on the halfway line. Kettering now under the pressure for the first time in this game with the ball out wide on the far side to Walters. Walters puts the ball in again at Paul White. He stumbles around 2 or 3 times with it. It was hit hard and low, and it took him 3 grasps to get the ball. There was Ray hanging over him like the sword of Damocles, but he couldn't incite the stabbing motive for getting the ball into the net.
No, he could not. Meanwhile, Kettering back on the attack now. Furtado just on the centre circle, just assessing his options. Played it out wide to Fifield on the far side, just in front of the home dugout. Fifield goes to Dia, looking for a pass through. Has to get checked back. Goes back out to the wing to Fifield. Fifield comes in field to go to Newell. Just neat, intricate, keeping the ball. Diath's got nothing much to go with, tries to play a ball forward, and that will go out for a goal kick, which Alexandria will chase, but he's just got no chance of getting there. That was a bit ambitious, to say the least, as the sun comes back out to bathe the players in some summer sunlight again. And Tyler's there. It's going to take a short one, which he does. Out to Wilson. Wilson's going to have to hit this long, which he does, right down the field. Ray's underneath it, and it goes Haynes into Newell again on the halfway line. He takes three strides now into the Leamington half. Pids out to Fifield. Fifield's in the middle. He's looking for an overrun, which he should have played out to Fleming. He checks back inside. He's on the edge of the box now. Plays it outside Diab. Oh, Ish wasn't out to the races at all, and Friday picked it off his toe as Leamington go forward with Ray. Plays it inside to Ray. Does a little pirouette and gets fouled by Fifield just outside of the centre circle. Referee keeps his hands out of his pocket there. I thought he might have just reached for the book, which he could have easily done then, but nothing happening as Belmonte's over the board just outside the centre circle in the Kettering half. Plays it up to the right-hand side, and they're off again, Paul.
They are. It's Cockrell Mollett putting the ball in. Paul White allowed it to bounce over him and go out of play harmlessly for a goal kick. This tea's rather good. Is it Earl Grey or is it?
I think it's a particular blend of Earl Grey. It's very, it's certainly native to Leamington anyway.
It's rather. Let's see if I can get the recipe when I go.
Absolutely.
It's rather good as the ball is played towards Fifield. He heads it out of play, comes off Mollett. Poor throw though, goes straight through to Friday Harper, and it's back with Tyler. He finds Byron Wilson, the blonde, highlights, sends the ball through. Peters gets in the way of that. It goes high towards Alexander, out to Fataggio. Fataggio turns, goes one way. He's now got two in front of him. Can he get by them? Put the ball through to offside is Alexandro. Up goes the flag straight away. And that move cancelled out as we are into the 17th minute of this second half. And no substitutions from either side. I think Kettering will only substitute if fatigue or injury comes into it, but they haven't got any strikers to bring on. Unless they put Bailey Brown up front. He's got the height.
Maybe.
And the ball is back with Fleming, pushing the back on Diarth. Nothing given. It's back with Fleming, who slices and misses it here. And Ray is all over him. That's Louis Ray, the danger man. It gets it out here to Walters. Ray comes in a bit of a stumble shot. It comes off Leak. And he goes for a corner. That all come from an error. And as I say, the first substitution is going to take place. It is for the visitors. And it is number 11 coming on for Owen Farmer. For Dexter Walters is leaving the pitch. So I think Walters has been quite dangerous. Has been quite threatening down that side. So Owen Farmer, obviously he got his crop dusted this morning. And
I'll say no
straight through to take this corner on the opposite side of the ground where the teams come out of the tunnel. A bit of pressure here for the Poppies, all for that mistake from Diarth in the end. But he fell over. In comes the corner, in swinger, comes in, headed in, it goes by everybody, and that should have been any touch by any Leamington player there would have seen them take the lead. But Cockrell Mollett fell down.
Another sub, ball required. We've got another sub or a ball. I don't know whichever two. Bailey Brown is warming up after a conflab between Bridgie and Greeny on the far side. And yes, there is another sub. Leamington are bringing on number 6, I think. This is Eubanks for number 20, I think. Which is Pellet is
coming on for Leamington is Cameron Eubanks, and going off is Radeep Palit as a wasp tries to get into my tea, which I don't really want. But Paul White gets the ball out then to Leak on that far side, sent along towards Jeffers. Jeffers gets it to Alexandru, goes down. Nothing wrong with that. Ball back to Tyler. And he gets it through to Farmer. Good ball from Farmer. It's a great ball, in fact, for Friday Harper. Cute angle comes in, blocked brilliantly by Fifield. Then loses the ball again, and it's a chance here, but Peters gets a foot in towards Patagio, that goes out of play for a throw-in. But at one point there, Doug, it looked like Harper was away, and if he chipped inside and tried a shot, that would have put Paul White under pressure. Good block from Fifield, but Leamington coming into this game in the second half.
Well, definitely. I mean, one thing I don't understand is why Walters tried to buy a free kick on the edge of his own 18-yard block. It's just ridiculous. But thankfully, thanks to Fifield, then Kettering get away with that. They pick the ball up. Fleming plays it forward to Alexandru on the far side this time. He pushed, but it's a free kick right on the halfway line at the far side, which Ty Fleming, who's having a good game, will take, which he does, to Diath, who's been quite quiet in the second half. Leak now just playing the ball to Newell in the middle of the centre circle. Lovely dummy there. Still going forward. Eubanks can't get close to him. Gives it to Diath. Diath looking for an outfoul, which he does. Now Fleming on the right-hand side. Plays it all the way down to Alexandru, who switched sides. He goes forward, throws himself down to the floor. But there's no chance without that to goal kick.
Thrown to the floor, sir?
Thrown to the floor, sir. Absolutely. Thrown to the floor. Throw him to the floor.
He went to the floor and nothing given by the referee Templey. The kick being taken, the ball back with the keeper. He pummels that one out. That's going to go out for the Poppy's throw-in. 21 minutes gone in this second half. And Ryan Haynes is down at the moment. Referee coming over. But while he's down, I'll just go through these rules for you for goal kick. Following an award of a goal kick by the referee, when the ball is stationary within the goal area and is kicked by the goalkeeper or a teammate of the goalkeeper, the goal kick will be considered to have been taken. If, following the taking of the goal kick, a player deliberately touches the ball with their hand or arm, this will be penalised as handball. The restart will therefore be 1. A penalty kick if the player handling the ball is a teammate of the goalkeeper within their own penalty area. 2. An indirect free kick if the player handling the ball is the goalkeeper. Where the goalkeeper wishes for a teammate to take the goal kick, it is recommended that the goalkeeper uses their hands rather than their feet to provide the ball to a teammate. This avoids inadvertently taking the goal kick themselves. So I hope that's plainly clear, as mud to me.
That's absolutely clear.
That's from the FA.
We'll be testing you later on. There'll be a quiz on the ball later on for that.
There'll be a quiz, and it's a need-to-know basis, and I don't want to know that one. So it looks like Ryan Haynes is going off.
And Aaron Powell is coming on, just on the far side. Yeah,
Powell on the far side coming on. This is an enforced substitution.
With the 23rd minute now, halfway through the second half here, and Kettering really need to up their game if they're going to try and pierce this Leamington defence. They've had some good opportunities. They've been a bit frail at the back as the second half has worn on, but there's still hope. It's still a fairly even game. I think as the tiredness starts to kick in, it'll open up a little bit more, which will make it easier for both sides. But meanwhile, game back in play all the way along to Walters, back to White, out to Leak, who'll play the ball forward. That goes back up to Eubanks. Eubanks challenged by New, but it doesn't get that far. Fleming in, headed for by Furtado. Eubanks back in again. It's all head-to-head in the midfield at the moment. Ball's not going anywhere as Leamington go forward. Farmer, who's the substitute that came on, tries to go around the outside. Great block there from Fleming, who's had a fantastic game. Farmer still gets it, puts it into the middle. Oh, and White comes out and palms it away, but it's cleared out to the halfway line. Jeffers doesn't know where the ball is, can't do anything about it. Eubank picks the ball up. Wilson plays it forward, headed for. It's all a bit frantic. There's no real pattern to the play from Kettering as the ball trickles all the way back to Tyler. It's a bit ad hoc at the moment, Paul, isn't it?
It is. Kettering really have lost their way, and Palmer, who's come on for the home side, is doing really well. As I say, without having a recognised striker up front, really, it's being a bit of a difficult time. Paul White being harassed to get the ball out on the far side towards Alexandra, but he gives the ball away only to Fleming, and there is Jeffers being manhandled. The ball is through to Patagio, but he then is fouled off the ball. The ball is back with Tyler as Jeffers goes down on the far side and still down.
It's a head injury, Paulie. The referee seems to blow up. He has to blow up for that. Frustration on the Leamington bench, I think, this for that. But he did catch him, and it's a head injury, so play is stopped.
It is. Just looking at the stats, as I said, the attendance of 7,885 is the highest attendance between the two clubs at the new windmill. And also here has not been a 0-0 draw between the two sides at the new windmill. There was at Latimer Park in 23-24. So there we have it. There have been 4 draws between the two sides, including the FA Cup. And we're at the moment going towards the 5th. But it is a 0-0. This is the Pops TV audio sponsored by Elbridge Brewery. And we'll be hopefully be at the game against Peterborough Sports on
Saturday. Yeah, I hope so. In the meantime, thank you for Bilak, who's listening in from Greece. Welcome to you. And
Yamas.
Also, Yamas, yes. And Jay Stanbury all the way from Cornwall. We appreciate you coming in as well, and Shorty, who's at the Broxbourne Cricket. I hope we're coming in loud and clear, and you're not too sunstraight up Broxbourne.
Oh dear.
So I'm hoping he's having a good time. He's got his hat on and enjoying the weather as well as the football here. And I think we would be enjoying it if Kettering could convert some of their chances here. But meanwhile, everybody's back. Referee's going to do a drop ball here. We're in the 26th minute of the second half, and we're just waiting for the drop ball, and we're off again. So let's see what happens as we go forward. Stratford has scored against Bury Town, who lead 3-1. But apart from that, not a lot of change in the half-time scores.
Paul White then has the ball in his hand from that Belmonte pass. I think it's going to be whoever scores first here, if there is a goal, is going to win the game. Unless something dramatic happens, as Alexander beaten to the ball easily. And by Nat Kelly, but Kataja gets the ball through to Fifield. He can't keep it in. The pace of the pitch is too much for them. Of course, no rain, and it makes everything like a spinner's wicket, doesn't it? I mean, it would look like it could take spin second half, but it's span out on that occasion to a throw in to the home side. Kelly taken that, and there is the number 6 there, Eubanks. Back to Wilson. And then Kelly, and that's a throw in again to the home side, taken quickly. Goes to Louis Ray. Peters gets in the way, gets it to Powell. Powell through to Fifield. Fifield has got, he's coming inside, gets the ball through here to Banters against Pat Jeffers, and he's offside, but his attempted shot goes well wide of the goal. But good movement from Kettering. Just a yard offside. Referee's going over and gives Jeffers a yellow card for carrying on play after the whistle has gone. So Jeffers entered the statistics.
And quite rightly so. I mean, it's probably the 4th time I think we can count in the game that he's been caught offside, but he is making the runs. And the referee's going to pull it back. But to be fair to him, he is trying, but he needs to be more intelligent in terms of his runs there. But Fifield's ball was great, playing him in.
It looked like that Bailey Brown may well be coming on. I can see Bridgie having a word with him as Fleming gets the ball back to Paul White. I can only think that it'll mean that Bailey will go up front as Fleming gets the ball to Alexandra on that far side. And it's well won on that far side. And Louis Ray there. Got a little touch. Looks like on his Achilles. And he's... we've got a throw-in out of it, but a little tap there. He winced a bit. You can see that, the Birmingham under-21 player on loan here. And Belmonte squares the ball to Wilson. Wilson, a bit of space, puts the ball in the area, goes over everybody. And that should go out for a Kettering throw. Well marshalled by Alexandra for a Poppers throw-in.
I think if they are going to try and break down Leamington, they've got to get the ball moved quicker to the strikers. It's too slow at the minute.
Well, Portaggio is away here, breaking away, but he's got nobody with him except Firefield's away here. Firefield, can he beat his man? Fire put the ball in. It's a good save. It's going to trickle in. Is it going by the post? Well, that was a chance there, and agonisingly just goes by the shade of the post, but kept in play, kept him coming forward. Firefield with a decent chance. Was stumbled by the goalkeeper into Jeffers. Jeffers turns. Can Jeffers get a shot away? He can't. He plays it out to Alexander, who's knocked in the back, goes by one, goes by two. He can't go by three, and cleared by Nat Kelly, who just plays it into the land of safety as Tom Leake gets the ball over to Diar, who squares it to Peters. Peters has had a good game as Harvey Peters. Gets the ball to Aaron Powell, who came on for Haynes, to Firefield, who's unlucky there. Gets the ball into Jeffers, but he can't stretch and get the ball. Newell intercepts the pass from Leamington to Peters. Peters into Portaggio. Portaggio turns, gets it out to Leake, well into Ketrin's half. 31 minutes of this second half gone here. White gets it to Peters. 0-0 if you're listening in wherever you are. It only arrives at Wilson. He finds Belmonte. Good ball to the number 10 there, Flynn. He's found Chris Ray. Here's Friday Harper. Looks quite useful, Friday Harper. Belmonte robbed of the ball by Firefield, and Firefield under a lot of pressure in his own penalty area there. Gives it to White, who can only pummel the ball out slightly. Headed by Belmonte. This time Leake gets it out. Andrew beaten to it. Ketrin haven't got all the height up front, even though Jeffers is tall. And there's Firefield pumping the ball forward. But Wilson will get that back to the keeper, which he does. He spoons that one out towards Portaggio, does exceptionally well on a plate from him, that was, but he loses the ball. Well, one, and a foul on Powell with the number 6 there, Eubank, leaving his foot on Powell's shoulder and head in the melee. But free kick taken from the wrong place, so go again.
It's a bit harsh on Leamington, that, to be fair. I think there was just a bit of a tussle in the middle there.
But Powell gets the ball through to Jeffers. Jeffers controls it well, gets it back to Powell. Powell out wide to Firefield. He won't get this over. It's cleared for a throw in to Leamington. It came off Firefield desperately down the corner flag on our left-hand side. Bailey Brown stripping off over there, not entirely stripping off, but getting his shirt off as Powell gets the header to Portaggio, then loses the ball. Belmonte gets away the Owen Farmer, who's been quite impressive since he's been on. He's run Ketrin Rag a little bit like Gassi did against Leighton on Tuesday. He's still got the ball, plays it inside to Belmonte. He's opened his can of worms and gets it the ball over here to Friday Harper. Harper puts the ball into Ebanks. He turns, might be a shot here from Belmonte. No, it's Ketrin pressing. Ball put through. It's a poor ball, though, and Firefield chips the ball aimlessly away, though. Jeffers hasn't got the pace to get there. The ball is back with Tyler. He gets a nice little touch, deft touch to Nat Kelly. Kelly out wide to Cockrell Mollett. Farmer back to Kelly. Offside as Flynn.
Offside.
Couldn't believe it, but and there's going to be a substitution, and on comes Bailey Brown. This will be an interesting one. Who's going to come off? Bailey Brown then for the Toffees.
Don't hear that. So Belmonte's coming off for Leamington, and number 17, which is Portaggio, is being brought off for the second time in the same 2 matches. He's off. Bailey Brown coming on for Kettering, and Louis Ray, who's the Birmingham Wonder Boy, is coming off. I'm just trying to see who came on there for them. That's the number 14. That's Kobe Arthur, who's on for Leamington. So a couple of changes each. We're in Arthur, yeah. So we're into the last 10 minutes of the official time here in the second half. Newell, lovely play, just goes inside, cannot get the ball through. Wilson intercepts. Newell tries to get the ball back again, which he does. But a bit of a tussle off the ball between Bailey Brown, who just come on, and Eubanks, but it's sprayed out to Farmer. Farmer on the far side, cuts inside, goes right, goes left. Fleming's trying to police him out. Can he get across it? And he does, but he's blocked there by Fleming, who's done a fantastic job. Newell is down the way to our right-hand side here as the ball's picked up by Diab. Diab deep in his own half on the far side, tries to play it forward, but it's intercepted. And that goes to a Kettering throw on the far side. In the meantime, Jack Newell is on a bit of a... He's up, he's hobbling around, but he's on the halfway line, but hopefully he can run that off.
It's like cramp, maybe, isn't it? On this hard pitch and the conditions.
Yeah, well be.
Going to see a lot of that in these games if it continues. He seems to be trotting around all right at the moment. The ball comes into Brown. He gets a header onto it, but goes straight to Leamington as Ray goes down. Nothing given by the referee as Newell gets it to Piper. He's still limping around, though. And away goes Finn for the home side, the captain. Back with Kelly on the far side. Palmer, the trawling down that left-hand side, puts the ball in. Here's a chance here for... And that's wide of the post there from Finn. As Newell's down again, doesn't look happy.
Nice.
I can see Alicia's out there looking concerned. Haynes has already come off with a knock. And Paul White's with this goal kick. A long one, obviously, towards Jeff as he gets a little flick on it to Fifield. Fifield hooks the ball over.
No, it's
offside, apparently. Been very, very tight on these officials. And Bailey Brown, the towering figure, is being pushed up forward as we thought he would be.
We got a front two, possibly three, with Andreo trying to support Jeffers in that front line. I also just want to make a quick point on that. The last three attacks that Leamington have had, and they have been dangerous ones, Kai Fifield's been the man that has stopped them on the edge of the 18-yard box every single time. He's doing a great defensive role, I think, and it isn't always his best part of his game, but he's playing a blinder today.
From that goal kick, it was headed out by Fleming for a Leamington throw into the 38th minute of this second half. Time marching on, 0-0. Both sides having chances, but so far they haven't been taken, obviously. But it is a throwing. There's going to be a one-goal win. If it happens, I would think. At the moment, Leamington trying to get the ball into the Kettering Town penalty area, which they might well do. Cleared by Leak. Only Jeffers up front. He's marshalled off the ball, but it will be a Kettering Town throw-in. Came off Kelly.
Looks like another sub, I think, on for Kettering now.
Yeah, it looks like Newell's afternoon might be over. And Blaine Rowe might be coming back in for his first sniff of the season. We will see.
Yeah, looks like Blaine Rowe, you're right, Paul.
Blaine Rowe is coming on. And can't see. I think it's going to have to be Newell coming up.
I don't know. I think they've got.
It is Newell.
Number 4, yeah, it is Newell. He has to come off.
Jack Newell off after that slight injury concern. He hobbles off. On comes Blaine Rowe for his first appearance of the season after that foot injury. At one point, looked like Michael Jackson with his moon boot on.
Indeed.
Good to see Blaine back. So. Three subs used by both sides as we go into the 39th minute of this second half. Sun still beating down, living it up. Level 42, I think it is called.
Indeed. Well, clash of heads. Referee's got to call it.
Alexander Kettering is down. I can't see who's down for the breaks. So that will mean a hydration break in force. I'm going to have another sip of tea.
You can indeed.
I'll just sugar in it, please.
Oh, yeah. I think it's sweet enough. Other scores from around the league at the moment here. So Alchurch is still 2-0 up against Needham Market. Banbury, who led, are now 3-1 down against Unreal Bedford. Bromsgrove, who are at home to Anstey Nomads, on 2-1 down. I don't think Tim Plow would be very happy about that result. Or at least the current result at the moment. Hales Owen are 1-0 up against Bishop Stortford at home, Hitchin the 1-1 with Redditch. We're 0-0. Leighton Town, who we drew with in midweek, are 2-1 up against Worcester at home. Leiston, or Leiston, depending on which part of the country you're from, are 2-1 down against Rushall. Peterborough Sports are still 2-0 down against Stourbridge at home. Stamford, unfortunately, continuing their difficult run there, 2-1 down against Racing Club Warwick. And Bury Town are 3-1 up against Stratford, who recently scored. So it's all to play for. Really, a goal here would make a massive difference to Kettering. And I think they on the balance of play, you'd argue that they probably deserve it. But
I think second half, Leamington have come into the game, a lot more than that first half. I think the first half performance, Kettering should have really not been outside, but it could have been 2-1 or 3-1 to Kettering's favour. But second half, I think Leamington have really given us food for thought. And of course, there's still time for them for either side to snatch a late winner, which really a draw probably is a fair result.
I think you're right, Paul, here. And
it does seem, though, without the expertise of Panther up front, and who knows what Gassi would have done, we do seem to be lacking in the final third when the chances are there. It's still 0-0, and anything can happen, as we know, as Friday Harper has got plenty of space on this right-hand side to run at Kettering, which he is doing. Friday Harper outside wide, being tagged by Brown, who Brown does exceptionally well, gets the ball to Jeffers, who cuts it back and gets it to Friday Harper. That's where it came from. Ebank gets it to Kelly, and then Kelly on that far side to Belmonte. Ball in, and there is White. Collects the loose ball, rolls it out to Aaron Powell. Powell going forward, gets it to Fifield. Fifield can't beat his man. He's being forced back. Switches it to Leak. Leak with a bit of space on that right-hand side. Gets it to Fleming. Fleming going forward. Still going forward. Out wide to Katanji. It's a nice 1-2. And he loses the ball. He oversteps. And there is Belmonte doing exceptionally well. Gets the ball away, but it's a loose one. Finn gets there first. And it will be a Poppy's throw-in. I think the referee might have changed his mind. I think he has. I'll rephrase that. It's a Leamington throw-in. Into the 43rd minute, 0-0 here at the New Windmill in a sun-drenched afternoon. And to say whoever scores a goal now, I would say if there is one, will be the winner. There's not a lot of time to go. With not too much time added on. I wouldn't have thought in the second half. We had 3 minutes in the first half. There was an injury to Tyler, the goalkeeper. Newell didn't receive any treatment for when he was down. Throw-in to Leamington. And a foul on DR. Alexandru not happy with the foul.
I mean, this is the time where they've got to start to push forward. They've got to put the big guys up front now. They're going to want anything from this game. You've got Bailey up front. They should get certainly fullbacks up, which they're now beginning to do. Fleming's going up as well. You have to go. You've got to go. You've got to twist at this stage. There's no point in sticking.
Well, yes, I mean, it's really manure or bust, isn't it?
It is.
As the ball comes in towards Peters, he gets a strong header on it towards Rowe. Rowe gets there, but he goes straight into the keeper's arms before Jeffers could do anything. It's bowled out by Tyler. Tyler gets it through. There's a chance here as away come the home side. It's a poor ball.
I tell you what.
I think he'd seen the red mist there, and old Cockerell Mullet needs to go back to the barbers, I think, with that one.
Well, he does, but Kobe Arthur, who's came on in the second half there, was absolutely on his own. And if Flynn could have found him, thankfully he didn't from a captain perspective, that would have easily been 1-0. He was on his own completely. Powell was already up front, and there was no cover whatsoever. But it is what it is. We're 0-0 now, and we're in the 90th minute, I suppose, of this match now. Is Paul White's hopefully going to push this forward as far as he can and see if Bailey can get on the end of this.
So White then with the punt up front towards Jeffer. Jeffer gets a toe on it, gets it back, intercepted though by Arthur. And Ebank gets there first. We've got Finn behind him, the captain. Does well, Ebank, though. He beats... but it is a Kettering throw, and he puts it out of play, trying to beat Fifield. So into the 46th minute. No board gone up, so again, we don't know how long there is. No announcement, so we don't know how long to go in this game. But in a game, a few chances. Neither side really capitalising on their play. And ball to Bailey Brown. He wins it second time, puts the ball out wide. It's a hit and hope, and Blame Red's got no chance of keeping that in. Goes out for a throw-in.
Thank you for the guys that are joining. So MC Jeffsy says joining, getting this up to speed, and thank you for Keeley, who's joining us from Bali as well. So man of the match is a difficult one, Paul, I think, because there's been a lot of huffing and puffing, but not necessarily any sort of result. I thought that Fifields play well, but meanwhile...
Well, Crowley Harper, superb there, comes in straight at Paul White, though, and Paul White was alert at his near post. Crowley Harper possibly could have done better with that. He was in a very, very good position. Tried a shot, but I would have thought the ball over to Ray would have been the better ball, but it's a long ball from White. So there's going to be one dramatic last minute here as Jeffers comes in. There's a collision. Here it goes down. A chance here.
Yes, referee!
Bailey Brown, who gets in at the death. A calamity for Leamington. Between the keeper and the number 4 there who goes down, Nat Kelly. And the alert Brown comes in to score his first of the season. Kettering take the lead in the second minute of time added on. And that's really shook things up for the Kettering fans. 1-0 up.
It is indeed, my God. The Leamington bench are absolutely have gone apoplectic on the far side. The referee's gone over to speak to the referee's assistant as well, because there was a push. I think we've seen it from here. And I think he's going to, yes, he's overruling that. He's giving a foul now on the Leamington player that actually crashed into their keeper Tyler, and that allowed Bailey to just be able to go around them and just slot it into the net. But even from here, it was a push, and the referee's assistant on the far side there had a conversation with Mr. Temberley, and probably the right outcome, but not from a Kettering Town supporters' perspective, Paul.
Well, Kettering are gearing up as if it's a goal.
Yes, it's a free kick to Leamington, as indeed it probably should have been.
Well, that was dramatic, and unfortunately it hasn't been in Kettering's favour, but there did look to be a push, as we have said. But it was a calamity anyway in the penalty area from Leamington.
Not totally.
And let's see what's happening here. In fact, it's a goal.
They're calling on a trainer here. I don't know what
it's a goal. It's been given.
It has been given. Well, let's see what happens. I don't know. He definitely blew his whistle and pointed, so I don't know whether he's pointing to the...
Kettering players have lined up. The Leamington players have gone and put the ball on the...
Yeah, they have, to be fair. I thought he'd overruled that, because he definitely went over to speak to the referee's assistant. Leamington defender is still down. I'm surprised that it still stands, if I was totally unbiased.
When he spoke to the assistant, he did raise his hand towards the goal, didn't he? Towards the centre circle, rather than displaying that it wasn't a goal. None of the Leamington players really complained about it. There is an injury which has taken a little bit of time. Let's hope our physio's gone out to help as well. We don't really want to see this at game. Let's hope he's okay. Can't see who has gone down, to be fair.
No. It was an interesting one, Paul, because the referee assistant, usually when the goal is given, he runs towards the halfway line, indicating to the referee that he's happy. He didn't do that. He stood his ground. Referee went over to speak to him. But as you say, it looks like, because Leamington are even ready to kick off. The referee is now going over to the Leamington bench. The referee's assistant has also come over.
Confusion at Leamington, isn't there? We've had failures in the past.
Well, exactly.
All sorts of things going on here.
Absolutely right, Paul.
Wouldn't be right to come to Leamington without a bit of controversy. We've had 3 sent off here as well. It's marvellous.
Well, but their manager's absolutely very, let's just say, unhappy at this point.
Well, I mean, you've got to have some sympathy for Leamington, really, because, and now he's going to put...
he's not happy. He's continued with that.
That's a yellow. There, one of the Leamington officials has been booked. You've got to have some sympathy for them, although it's glorious we scored a goal and great, but there did seem to be a slight push. But
definitely, even from where we are in our vantage point, it was... I think more than just a contact. However, this is the referee sees it the way he was. He was on the pitch. He's closest to. Yeah, we haven't given man of the match yet, so we can still say this. Yes, remember Mr. Tembley certainly within. Well,
as you say, it's a difficult one. I mean, there's been some decent performances, especially at the back. Harvey Peters, I think, has been immense again. Diarth has played well.
Diarth as well. Fleming for me, probably given his attacking prowess with the long throws and what he's done and his defensive prowess, I think I would probably give it to Fleming. But thankfully back on the pitch, the number 4 for Nat Kelly, who ran into Tyler at the time, is now going off. But you've got to give credit to Bailey, because Bailey Brown there, because he kept on. He didn't stop.
Jeffers, was in a bit of a muddle. He kept going. He didn't stop. He could have stopped and watched, but he kept going and planted the ball in. We did say, didn't we, that he would play up front probably. He did score a couple of goals in pre-season, one of them a superb one.
Oh, yeah,
so he's not adverse to slotting one in the net. So the Poppies then have taken the advantage here of 1-0. No, God knows how long there is to go now. But, that certainly took a few minutes as Brown gets the header in. Of course, Leamington will be furious and want to get back onto level terms as that goes out of play, and will be a goal kick to Kettering. We were in the 47th minute when the injury and goal was scored. So
that's 4 minutes.
Now the 53rd, so 4 minutes or so to deal with as Whitey go to collect the ball. Well, the Kettering fans, there's quite a few of them here, as you'd expect, not that too far from Kettering, despite all the roadworks and confusion with the HS2 around, as White sends it long. Finds Newell. Well, it's not Newell, sorry, it's Blaine Rowe. Newell's off the park, isn't it? A little 1-2 there to Bailey Brown. Bailey Brown going forward. Little shot might come in here, it does, and it's straight at Tyler from Alexandrou. Tyler instantly gets the ball forward. Peters underneath it. Goes out on the far side to Cockrell Mollett. And a bit of shirt pull in there as Ray can't get the ball. He gets it through to Eubank. And it goes out of play on the far side for Kettering Town. Throw in, which is winding down the clock. Kettering with no authority to take this.
I tell you what has been good, Paul, just to step in there. That actually, during those last 2 attacks, Kettering have actually come out and pressed the ball. They're not just going to sit back and wait for it. And I think that's a testimony to the fitness of the players, not just the guys that have come on, but they've done well in the second half to press them. So let's see where the last few minutes takes us.
Well, the ball is with Jeffers, but cleared. There's a foul on the far side there by Alexandrou on Mollett. He's going to think about getting the ball back to him. He doesn't. He finds Halliday. He squares it over to Byron Wilson. Wilson coming forward now. Wilson sends it long. There's Bailey Brown, gets the foot in. Goes straight through to the number 15. Ball comes in. Peter needs to be there. It's headed out by Leake. No Kettering near it. Player near it as Wilson gets the ball in, goes over everybody and out for a goal kick. So, as I say, we've got no idea of how much time has been added on to the added on, as we haven't got any idea of the added on time was in the first place.
No.
So, 5 minutes now. Referee feels like a Yes Prime Minister sketch, this does. It's sent long towards Jeff as it goes out of player. Throw in to Kettering on the far side. Time running out for, obviously, for the hosts, who, if they do lose this, that'll be just 1 point from 3 games. And Kettering's only second win here at the new Windmill, as Rhodes gets it through to Diath, who's pushed in the back. And nothing given, but who stays down. Ball hooked away. Peters underneath it. This game might go on forever the way it's going. DR struggling to get up. Wilson squares it in the centre. Halliday plays it out wide to Cockerell Mullet. Into Eubanks. And there goes the whistle. It's all over. Kettering win on their travels, only their second win here at the new Windmill, and 7 points from 9 games in a very tough game indeed. A dramatic ending here for the Poppies, with Bailey Brown, who was put up forward, slotting in after confusion in the penalty area between the back and the goalkeeper, Nat Kelly, and Kettering take the points, and a good afternoon for all those Kettering fans. You've got to hold your hands up to Leamington, really. There was a slight chance that might have been a push. I didn't see it, but then I wouldn't. But overall, it is a good 3 points done.
It certainly is. Thank you, everybody, for listening in today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekends, whatever you're up to. It takes Kettering up to third place currently. There's still Bromsgrove are 2-1 down against Anstey, and they're still playing away. But apart from that, that's where we are. So a smash and grab here at the old Windmill here at Leamington. Whatever you're doing, stay loyal to the Poppies. Have a fantastic weekend. Pray for some rain, and we will see you next time, which will be playing Peterborough Sports, who lost 2-1 today. And let's see where we end up, but it's 1-0 here as we take you away from deepest, darkest Warwickshire. Enjoy your weekend. Have a good one.